gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Low Sun Production proudly brings to you its best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is anywhere. That is We Talk Combat, where we talk all things combat, sports, and sports entertainment. I am one of your hosts. I go by the name of King. I have three of my other hosts here. I'll go and introduce them one by one, starting with you, Travis. How are you today, bro? He unmuted himself, then muted himself again. Look at the screen, the little mic thing by your name. There you go.
I see it.
Oh, okay.
You so see, 83. You got it. 83.
I'm laughing about you saying you see it and all. I'm like, so you just talking to yourself on purpose. But all right, bro, Trap Queen, what's up, babe? How are you today?
I can't complain. Wrestling was actually sort of decent this week, even though the Monday was very rough. How are you doing?
I cannot complain either. It's a wonderful Sunday. Another week of wrestling, y'all. We're getting closer and closer to WrestleMania and the end of season 1. But BA, bro, how are you today? Rocking that We Talk Combat Nation of Domination merch. Looking fire.
What's happening? Ready to get it started.
Yes, sir. No black eyed peas. All right, y'all. If you're brand new around here, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button if you're like into wrestling content, into combat sports in general. But if you're into, a little seasoning on your chicken, come over here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, all that mumbo jumbo. Please comment as well at WTC if you're talking to us and not somebody else in the Glow Yard. We're a very interactive show. We have a section for you guys at the end. And the way the show usually works, we go through our highs and lows of the week of wrestling. I'll give you the highs, the lows, a letter grade overall. Then we get to the wrestling tea, any news that may have popped up and all, anything we think may be exciting that you guys may want to talk about and all. And then we get to your questions and comments at the end of the show. A little bit of ads in between. Not really anything crazy, but stuff that support the show, actually. So anything that you see on the show, you can click on, go to the link. It's in the description, and you can help out the show if you go through that link for any merchandise or anything like that. But other than that, y'all, let's get right to the show, the highs and lows. We appreciate everybody. Oh, I forgot as well, y'all. Lastly, if you could follow us on We Talk Combat clips as well. Condensed versions of the show. Myself, I edited them and put them on there as reels. Please do us a favor and subscribe over there, like, comment as well. We answer all comments, whether they're on the show or after the show, as long as they're respectful. Now, let's get to the highs and lows. All right, yeah, another week. WWE product. Starting off first, we have Raw. Main point, Judgment Day finally breaks free from Finn Balor. He's done. He's kicked out. He's excommunicated, as I said earlier. So he's gone. That's a big talking point, but other things happen as well. We'll get to that. NXT, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints picked up a big victory over Miles Bourne, the North American champion, and Joe Hendry, the NXT champion. Ethan Page got the victory, the pinfall over Joe Hendry. On Evolve, we had Kendall Gray vacating the Women's Evolve Championship. She's officially on her way to NXT. So she had a victory over Tyra May Steele. We thought we may have had some tea for Tyra May, but we ended up not having tea. So we'll get to Evolve and other things that happen on that show as well. Shout out to Impact this week. Our guy Ricky Sosa. Shout out to Travis. I tell you every time. Shout out to Travis. But our guy Ricky Sosa was officially debuted and just changed the whole energy, just vibe and aura, as they say, of TNA, Thursday Night Impact. So we'll talk about that and more. On Friday, the Viper, 09 Randy Orton. People ask for it for forever. Is it too late? We'll talk about that, but he returned, dished out some punishment against Cody Rhodes again. This is the third year. I feel like Cody has gotten this done to him before WrestleMania, maybe, but we'll talk about that and more. About SmackDown. And then last night, AAA had their Reyes. Incredible event. El Grande Americano actually won. So he has a ceremony and all next week. And we'll talk about that and the other matches that happened and get to a little bit of tea a little later on. But let me start with you, Travis. Or I'm actually Babe Queen. Let me start with you. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product? And what was your overall letter grade?
So this week definitely had some highs and some lows. So let's get into it. With Raw, it had some moments. I really actually kind of enjoyed the, Finn Balor finally, I guess, defecting publicly from the Judgment Day and telling Dom his thoughts. And we've been seeing this for a minute that it was going to happen. So I'm glad it officially happened. I hope maybe that means that we're gonna see, the Demon Finn Balor. I don't know, maybe possibly. But Raw for the most part, otherwise it was kind of slow. It was just really kind of slow. Um, it didn't really have a whole lot that was really catching my attention. I feel like I went to the bathroom like 8 or 9 times during the show because it was just boring. It was boring. It's basically all the build up to WrestleMania, and next week is when we're gonna have a lot of apparently appearances. So this week was kind of bare bones. Moving on, NXT and Evolve this week they were actually pretty decent, and we got to see Ethan Page. We're pretty sure he's about to get called up to one of the major brands too. So I've actually been enjoying him and Ricky Saints this whole situation, especially because Ricky Saints has had to kind of pick and choose who he's going to go against because everyone got called up. So like he's kind of left with who's left right now. But as we know, a few people are coming up from Evolve and some other shows as well to kind of fill in that gap. So hopefully Ricky Saints gets called up to himself again. Um, Moving on, TNA, we had Ricky Sosa. It was awesome. Like I can barely remember anything else that happened because when he came out, it was such a roar. And two as well, I didn't even know he was from Belgium. Like for some reason, I mean, I guess that's just bias. I just assumed he's from the States. So it was one of those moments where it's really cool to see how culture, especially Black culture, American Black culture, still reaches the rest of the world so that other Black people don't feel alone and they can kind of embrace, enjoy, and create, their identity, especially in wrestling, around stuff that they know. So obviously it was cool. It was cool. It was really cool. Everybody was vibing with it. You'd have thought he'd already been on there before, like in terms of he'd been there for like months or something. Like this was his second, I guess, fight with TNA. He did do another fight that was a dark match, and I'm guessing since he did well, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna put you on TV." But it was worth the watching the other matches for. Can't even tell you too much of what else happened with other matches, to be honest, either. So sorry about that. But Friday. Yeah, Friday had some highs and some lows. Um, SmackDown, we call it Trick Down around here. It had some times where you could tell that they really were really truly leaning into not only this Cody heel turn that we're watching happen. The point is we're supposed to be watching a Randy heel turn, but obviously Um, the Usos, they called out CM
Hold on,
Punk.
babe. Before you continue with the Usos
Mhm.
calling CM Punk, what were you saying lastly about Randy? You cut out for a second.
Oh no. What I was saying was that the whole time we're watching Randy and him turn heel, but obviously there's still an underlying thing going on with Cody that we're not paying attention to. It's kind of like a distraction at the moment. And Cody talked his shit to Sammy, and he had his little glasses on, talked to shit to Nick, and then Nick came out later on and was talking to Jacob Fatu, and Trick came out, and then that led to a match between him and Trick, which was really actually a great match. I don't like Jacob much, and I'm glad that he ate it. I'm glad that Trick beat his ass, and I'm also glad that like Trick is getting an opportunity to kind of show himself amongst a different array of different wrestlers to kind of show his abilities. Because yeah, he's still green, and he still needs like a lot more I would say ring work in terms of being able to kind of naturally know the next movement. Like that takes time, and he's playing with new people, not the people that he was messing with in the sandbox, at the lower brands. But that was awesome. And going back to the whole Randy thing, like it was great. I always enjoy some color on wrestling. Definitely pulls you into it. And Cody, of course, was hamming it up for the cameras and all. Ugh, like he was having a seizure or something. Like it was entertaining. It was definitely like dark, but it was good. It left us on a cliffhanger. I mean, there was other stuff that happened on the show too. We had Logan Paul and the Vision and all that mumbo jumbo going on. That was its own thing too as well. Like there was a bunch of other stuff that happened I just didn't really care about. But really, to be honest, for me, the highlight of the week was Triple A. And, shout out to all of our Latino and Hispanic viewers, bienvenidos. We appreciate you. We got to see my man El Grande, not El Grande OG, but El Grande win the Rey de Reyes King of Kings competition. And so next week we're going to see him get his sword. And it was actually a great four-way match between him, OG Santos, and and La Parca. And I thought La Parca maybe possibly was going to win, but it was really a great match. It was a great match. We also got to see Bailey. So Bailey really got to shine on AAA. They were shouting her name. She got to really lean in to remember and who she is, especially as a Hispanic woman. So it kind of put her in a different light to me. Was actually watching her on there and how much love they were showing her over there. She was able to really flex, and she still at the end of the day didn't win. She's too nice. She's putting other people over and stuff like that. But the Dominic and El Hijo de Vikingo match was, it was okay. Like, if anything, that was probably the weakest part for me for the evening, honestly. So now that's where the point where I would get into my score. So it was kind of tricky because there was, like I've said before, some of the lower brands are really showing out during the week, and that I'm really beginning to enjoy a lot of those products a lot more. But ultimately, I still unfortunately probably gonna give them a C- this week for the whole week's product, only because sometimes Raw's bringing it down so much that the other shows can't really lift it up anymore. Because as I said, there was like some great moments on all of the shows, really, but I would even see that SmackDown was weak this week, no pun intended. It was kind of a weaker show. We got to see, the Baileys and, at least we got to see Irresistible Forces again and stuff like that. And that they were able to, end up having a DQ in their situation. So they didn't have to lose their title, but they at least, quote unquote, at least had a title match. So people can't say that they're not defending their title. But as I said, I'll go with my opinion, though, of the C-. I feel like it was a weak product this week.
All right, we start off with a C-. That's about average. Travis, I'll go with you, bro. What were your highs and lows of this week's WWE product, and what's your overall out of grade? I'm sorry.
Okay, you can hear me? All right, so basically for this week, man, Raw was basically the weaker show, really. Started out, I thought I was watching an episode of the Power Rangers for real. Like, why? Because a whole bunch of masked men coming out looking like a group of old putties from the Power Rangers. I mean, we had an LA Knight appearance. We had the week promo of CM Punk and the Usos. I mean, even though that snuff did look kind of cool when Jimmy hit CM Punk in the jaw, I thought that was kind of cool. But and also, I like the that spot that Penta did with Americano. That spot with the springboard destroyer, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, also, I ain't like the fact that Raw had like 3 matches this week, and all with these 3 matches, they was pretty predictable. Like I said in the Discord, I knew that Bailey was going to win. I knew Penta was going to win. Like I know he's not going to basically give up his championship off the first defense. It did, Oba was basically going to destroy Rusev. Now, I did see a thing on the internet that, people had a problem with Rusev calling out a spot. They tried to disguise it with screaming, and he told Oba, grab me and all that stuff, which that kind of make it look kind of obvious or anything. But I thought that was pretty, kind of whack, but it is what it is. But for NXT, now, I think we need the black screen Jasper Joy. Because this is like your second week losing the cruiserweights. But I did like the fact that Keanu Carver came out and he put it through the table, because we actually getting a story, and he's actually, going to be on the show board, and now you got somebody to actually compete against. Now, this Birthright group, I'm not like a big fan of them, but I say that Fit Philly's son, he called out Ricky Sosa on the internet too. And I ain't like that. But anyway, another thing too, and this is going to kind of be like a little concerning for me. It says like, Fitz Philly's son and the chick from Fatal Influence and Trick Williams, they all do a running knee. And I'm concerned that this running knee is going to turn into the new cutter that everybody has a knee move in their move set, or a running knee is going to be a finishing move. But I did like the last match, the main event. I like that Ethan Page did get the pinfall, Now he has a case that next week, he can talk to Rob or whatever. Hey, I can fight for look, put me in the NXT title picture, like right now. I'm the last person that pinned Joe, so it should be no problem. And like I said, like a past few episodes about Tony D'Angelo, I figured once he was figured with this Dark State situation, he too will also try to be in the world title picture. Now for Evolve, I mean, I really thought that this Harlan Lewis guy was at least going to get, be the champion. Like just my opinion, because of the, the look and everything. So I pretty thought it was going to be him. Really, I didn't think it was that Aaron was going to get a shot, but maybe they see something in him. I guess. Now the second match, I thought that was
can I interrupt you for a second?
Garbage anyway. Yeah.
So when you was watching the Harlan Lewis match, right, against Sam Holloway, to me, real quick, I was more impressed with Sam Holloway than I was Harlan Lewis. What's your thoughts on that, real quick?
I mean, that's just for look. Like, I'm really not a big fan of dude neither, so I'm just saying for like the look and aesthetic wise, I just thought that it might be him.
Okay. You can go ahead. I just asked him.
Yeah, but all right, but the second match, though, I thought that was pretty much garbage. But a shout out to Kendall Gray. I mean, she's going up to NXT. I really thought that she was going to drop the title to Tyra because, she's leaving. And I figured that it wouldn't hurt her because we all knew that she was getting caught up to go to NXT. So I really thought that Tyra was going to pull it out. But, man, for TNA, let me tell y'all something. I don't even care about the rest of the show. I just want to talk about Ricky. So basically, this is the only Ricky that I will acknowledge on this show. The old Ricky Saints, Smokes, whatever. So I just want to shout out the person who posted that meme. And when I discovered Ricky Sosa, and it said, when YNs get into wrestling and all that stuff. And it made me look him up and find out who he was. Now, before Thursday, I did see 2 matches of his before he even came to America. He had a match against him, Andrade, and a guy named Mecca. And then he had another match I seen of his. It was him. He was fighting for a championship. And I don't want to mess up the guy's name. The other guy, I think it was Karu or something like that. He had a match. But I'm telling y'all, whether he's going to be in WWE, AEW, Fourth Rope, Ring of Honor, if you're going to be independent or whatever, just for wrestling in general, I can see him around for the next 10 to 15 years. Like, he's more than just an interest, bro. Like, I'm really like a big fan of this dude, yo. Like, I can see the potential in this guy. Like, when we talk about the big three with Javon and Trick and Oba and the Dominic Mysterios and the Braun Breakers, like the future of wrestling, I can see he's going to be wherever he at. When you mention wrestling in general, I figure his name is going to come up a lot in a whole bunch of conversations. So, like I said, I'm a fan of the dude. I'm proud of him. I hope he had more matches in America. I hope one day I can see him perform in an arena, ring, or whatever. But shout out to Ricky. But SmackDown, I figured SmackDown was like pretty much weak in the beginning. It picked up towards the end.
Shout out to our recap show.
Yeah, shout out our recap show. We did talk about this a little bit. Big King did. I did say it started out slow. Drew quitting or whatever. I wish the Bellas would just go away. Like, just as quick as we can get this title match for the tag team titles, and once the Bellas get involved, like, come on, bro. Like, just, you got your Hall of Fame. Just kick off in the sunset. Put your feet up. It's over. Like, just go away. Now, guy Trick got the dub. just like we was talking about King, that when it came to the WWE Big Three, when they had, we was talking about Jacob and Braun Breaker and Rhea Ripley, he basically just beat one of their Big Three guys. So, you know what I'm saying? So he's got to have, star power, star potential to, somebody in the back, whoever's writing the show. Now, we all seen what happened at the end, Cody, I'm sorry, but you asked for this, bro. You asked for the best version of Randy Orton. And every wrestling fan know that the best version of Randy Orton is that 2009 Randy Orton. See, you lucky that Vince wasn't part of this, Cody. Because he probably could have RKO'd Brandy in the ring and had you handcuffed to a rope and probably had slobber down on Brandy. But, he ain't like that no more. So it's sad. That was 09 Randy. But I'm just saying, Now, I see also that Sami Zayn is down 0-3 to a set of water bottles. Like he's getting destroyed by a group of water bottles. And Damian Priest and R-Truth, BA been said they are entertaining. It's new, so that's cool. Now, Danhausen, I am becoming a little fan of his, he is a little funny, the whole "you are cursed" thing. So I think it's cool and everything like that. Now, this is the really big highlight, AAA. I mean, I ain't really had no problem with AAA. AAA has been, God sent, shout out to Rey Mysterio still translating the show. I did have La Parka also winning the Rey of the Reyes. And shout out to Flamer too also, even though she, had some interference, she beat Bailey. So this in her case, that is, a big name. So somebody you can have under your belt, so that's pretty big. So it also too, even though it probably don't matter though, that I seen Bailey, made a post and tagging Lara saying, hey, you want to come down to Mexico, maybe you could fight for the championship too also. Now, I thought that match, the last match, Dom and Vikingo, that was cool too also. My guy, Manny Vikingo came back, forgetting, dad they put through the mat, by Omar. So I thought that was pretty cool seeing him back. So overall, for this week, I'm gonna give it a C-2 also.
All right, so back-to-back C-minuses. All right, BA, you got something? I don't know. You got a standard, I guess, to keep. What's your overall opinion this week in your highs and lows, bro?
So for Raw, like everybody was saying, like the whole vision thing, it's mostly down than it has its ups, and to have 25 guys in this joint with just running around looking foolish, it's just wasn't my cup of tea, and I just realized I might have been a little bit outdated, a little bit too old for this. Yeah, I can imagine a 10-year-old kid loving that scene, but yeah, I mean, I'm not that, so I was like, this is crazy. Like I said, it's hard not to see the putties, and that goddamn sound. That's all I was thinking about the whole entire time. So Travis is 100% spot on when he called that. That's exactly what that looked like, and it was sad to see. So you go past that, and then you get into what Raw was about. I know it was 3 matches, but one of them was a gauntlet match, so that's like a match and a half to 2 matches. It was a lot going on in that. EO carried it, but once again, I'm rooting for Raquel, and she loses again. I don't know what they're doing with her, and it's starting to frustrate me a little bit, because I don't know what else can she do. She's done everything you asked her to do. She's starting to be a fan favorite as being a heel. And she's interacting with the crowd. You can see that her spot in the Elimination Chamber went viral a little bit. Just her commentating and things like that. What was going on? Like, she's doing everything, and they're just I don't see the reward, and hopefully it's coming. So I just it's a bit frustrating if I was Raquel, but stay the course. I now got a couple pinfalls, got one at least. And that's it. Bailey ended up winning, beating Oscar. So, I think they're gonna serve her up. But I guess her benefit was we're gonna call you over to AAA so you can get some love over there too. You still get an L, but you get more love. So you get the international love. So maybe that was the case. I don't know. Penta winning the championship was great. I would love to see Finn versus Dom in an IC match, but I guess they're going a different route, and because they're going this route, I just got to see where it goes. But I believe Penta is going to start putting, I guess for lack of a better term, put some respect on the title. I believe his speech was passionate, and that's something that's kind of lacking in all of wrestling. Just act like you actually want to have the title, and I think Penta did a great job of promoting that. So shout out to Penta for that one. Oba did his thing. Shout out to Oba destroying Rusev. Had no issues there. And the Judgment Day. This of course we knew it was happening. Shout out to JD. That was a mean closeline. That was the best closeline he ever did in his whole career. Shout out to JD on that one. And shout out to the man. These two segments that I'm about to talk about, this segment and the Uso segment, it was real segments, and I'm gonna tell you why it's real. Because if you ever get in a fight with the ladies, and the ladies happen to be around, Raquel and Liv, they knew their place until it was time for them to pounce, and then they started to beat down Finn, and then once things started happening, they got out of the way again. They knew their place, and I like that. And I say that the reason why I say it's real because that happens in real life, and we're gonna fast forward to the Uso joint where that look, Jimmy delivered a club punch. If you ever got a fight in the club, you gotta be aware. You gotta be aware of not the person that you're looking at. It's the person off to the side because he's going to come with the overhand right, and that's what decked him. I was like, yo, okay, Jimmy, you've been in some fights before, and that's what that was. I like to see that it was entertaining at best. But yes, I'm not for Jay's best. Jay's at his best when he got to keep his line short and sweet, and I think that's why this segment sold for me. Because Jay Uso, he didn't give no long promo or nothing like that. It was real quick. Say sorry. No. But it was quick. And the quicker that he talks, the best it is. Because when you get him to go along with it, he fades very quickly. And it's like, okay, now you're doing way too much. But it was a nice carry over until Roman shows back up. So I didn't mind that. The next night, Tuesday, NXT. NXT was cool. I had no main issues with NXT. Like I said, shout out to Kiana Carver for destroying Jasper Troy. I love the fact that Kiana Carver pretty much skipped right over Evolve and went straight to NXT. And he's showing a difference in just black entertaining wrestlers. That's what's going on. So a lot of times, I guess when you have black wrestlers, it's like, okay, so if you act a certain way, you're similar to Trick or whatever. If you do something that is you gotta find your own niche, even when you look like us. Let's call it what it is. So, and right now you have Trick being the outlandish, anointed, pimpish style type dude, which is cool because he can rock that. Then you got the royalty situation when it comes to Oba. Then you got the happy guy when it comes to Javon. And then you got like a lower level Trick when it comes to Melo. When he's just saying that he's the best. That's all it is. Real simple. I'm him. Other people say I'm the best. He just says I'm him. It's the same thing. Same exact thing. So next I'm like, okay, who's next? Who's next along the line? And Kiana Carver is just like he's like a pit bull. And what's funny is you're gonna see a real pit bull if he ever goes face to face with Braun Breaker. You're gonna see a huge difference between these two guys. One of them really gonna look like a goddamn pit bull ready to F some stuff up, and the other one, the bark is not gonna be as loud. We're just gonna call it what it is. We're gonna put a pin in it, say that for later. With that being said, we keep it moving. Shout out to Tony D'Angelo. I love him, the character rebirth from him as it continues on after he got past the Dark State. Tatum Paxley, she was doing her thing. I'm not necessarily mad about that. Ren Sinclair won the speed joint, so she's still in the I guess she goes for the title next week. So Ruka got her victory, so nothing too crazy. And we're just gonna keep the main tag team event, that was cool too. It's nothing else to be said. They're setting up a I guess a triple threat, maybe even a fatal four-way, because Tony said that he's going for the title. Ricky thinks that he's for the title. Joe Hammer is the champion, but Ethan Page beat the champion, right? So that's the thing, right? So I like what they're doing. It's obvious, but sometimes obvious is cool. Sometimes obvious is cool. It's not too much to speculate here. It's cool. Just let them act. Let them do what they do, and I'm okay with that. Evolve quickly when it comes to Evolve. Tyra May still kicked Kendra Gray's ass the whole time match. Kicked ass. Because they both have a wrestling background, but one's an Olympic champion and the other one was just an amateur. So there's a difference between the two. And you can clearly see the fluidity that Tyra had over Kendall. But they gave her one last victory on the way out. You can call it what you want. You call it favoritism, call them, whatever it is. She's already a star pupil amongst the pipeline, but Tyra should have won that match, but she'll have her time. And they might have a tournament or something like that afterwards. You're throwing Callie, you're throwing PJ Bosses of the world, and just see what's happening after that. But she had a decent run. Other than Tyra May, still Kendall clearly outperformed mostly everybody else. That's the thing. She's clearly better than a lot of other people until she tried to do a wrestling match with a real Olympic winner wrestler. It's just a totally different vibe. But yeah, I'm not. Look, man, Harlan Lewis, man. This is what I'm told about Travis. Sam Holloway was a bigger guy. He was doing moves I haven't really seen before for someone of that size. Pause. And they went with him because he's the I guess the one of the up and coming guys. But I'm not going to rock with a white guy named Harlem. It don't fit well with me. It shouldn't be. And I can't get on board. So shout out to him. He can go as far as he go, but he ain't got a fan of me. Change your name, buddy. And that's it. Yeah, I'm not hauling rings. I don't care. Shout out to Trill, though. Trill, you're going to get a victory sometime, my guy. You're going to get a victory sometime. Trill London, you my guy. You're going to get a victory soon. I'm just going to leave it at that. NXT, what we at? TNA. Yes, this is I guess it was like a highlight of the week almost. We was all waiting for Ricky to do his thing. And he paused. And he did, man. He performed very well. Like Travis was saying, he's a wrestler. Like he's just not an intro. Like the dude can really wrestle. He got rid of the Styles Clash because he was doing that overseas a little bit, which is fine because you're overseas. AJ Styles ain't gonna show up next week or nothing. But I think he was going to get rid of that. So he does his spin and slam or whatever that he does. I thought he was gonna hurt his back, man. Don't be pressing these guys with just your arms, man. That's gonna tear your back out in 5 years. Don't do that, man. Just do one little spin, go with the momentum, drop them, get your victory, man. Save your back for later. But I watched the rest of the TNA and it was entertaining. It wasn't like it was bad. It wasn't a bad show. I didn't see the final. I didn't see the women's match, but I did see the AJ Francis and stuff. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? I watched the triple threat with Trey, 6-man joint with Trey Miguel and BDE and Swan and up. It was entertaining. It was cool. It was cool. But it was cool enough to go to SmackDown. So let's go to SmackDown. SmackDown was look, man, when it comes to SmackDown, we got 3 levels of Trick. And that's what I want to see first and foremost. Give me 2 segments backstage and then give me a match with Trick. So check 1. They got that. We got Randy doing what we all was waiting for. Check 2. Got that done. Cody oversells it, but it's Cody being Cody. As King said, his family is they got a bleeding family. His father, his brother, they will end up bloody some kind of way, including himself. So he definitely did that. So shout out to Cody for being Cody. Shout out to trying to think what else happened in that joint. Oh yes, let's. I don't know when they're going to get rid of it, but it's time to end the MFTs. I'd rather see MFTs first other people. Like, let's just have them go against other people. I don't know why we're still on the wide 6. Like, it's over. It's done. No one cares about it. It was the low light of the goddamn week. Like, just I don't know. They keep trying to sell it, and it's just not. I mean, I was glad I saw Nikki Cross. I forgot she existed for a little bit. So at least she touched the goddamn lantern thing. But yeah, they gotta get rid of that. But besides that, Miz TV, that was entertaining. It was a lot of entertaining moments on SmackDown. With Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is after he got them Grammys situated, he said, "All right, I'm going back to wrestling. I guess this is what I guess I should expect this moving forward now. He's just when you're part of the show some kind of way, if you like Jelly Roll or not. I just don't want to see you looking like a fool too much." And he held his own. So I'm not necessarily mad at it. I wish they picked somebody else, but I'm not mad. Yeah. Shout out to a true tag team in the Irresistible Forces. This is what I want to see. This is the problem with wrestling today. No one wants to be a tag. No one wants to be a true tag. You might change your name and have some cute little Rio situation, Shaw Alexa thing. Nah, F that. Come up with a new team name and actually be a tag team. Have similar attire and a combo finisher and be a tag. Like, embrace it. And shout out to Lash and Nia Jax for actually doing that. It bothers me that no one else does it, or is very seldomly done now. And it's not like it doesn't have a bad stench of Rhea and Io, because clearly Rhea was kind of take some of Io's popularity. Same with Charlotte and Alexa. Charlotte was trying to take some of Alexa's popularity amongst the fans to be back as a fan favorite again. And this isn't that. This is just two ladies that look similar when it comes to the build. They're two in the best sense of the word, two monsters of the industry. And they're dominating, man. And just let them dominate. And that's exactly what I saw. And I just need to see more of it. Even with the Bellas, they're going to dominate them. I'm glad that they kind of interfere with the match a little bit. Why? Because Charlotte's they're going to come back and interfere with them. Both situations means that the Irresistible Forces actually wins. So I'm okay. They could go back and forth all the goddamn time they want to, as long as they keep getting dubs and they don't lose the title. That's all I care about. And just keep it moving when it comes to that. So shout out to them being a tag team. Drew did Drew things. I don't think no one believed him when he said that he actually quit. He just said, all right, you're going to come back some kind of way. And he came back that night. So it's just Drew being Drew. Once you say it more than once, it's kind of, it's just who you are. So it wasn't nothing special about that. And I'm still waiting for the Street Profits. Yeah. But for now, I got rock with All Truth and Damian Priest. All Truth has gotten a resurgence that I think I personally love to see it. He's doing this thing, and Damian looks like a force yet again. And it's been a while. Even with the Aleister Black situation, he didn't look like a force. So he looks like a force when he's going against these tags. Perfect pairing right now. So we just keep it moving. I don't think Danhausen is ever going to fight. I just think he's going to have backstage moments. And I guess I'm okay with that, depending on how much he get paid. I don't know, but I don't know how. I never YouTube any of his matches. I didn't see him in AEW where he came from. So
I think he was in AEW for I think they said 3 years or so, and he only wrestled 20 matches. He doesn't wrestle a bunch. That's not what he does. But he sells merchandise, and he's one of the hottest merchandise sellers now. So he's going to get money.
Bet. And like I said, that's cool. Is he entertaining? To a certain degree, yes. He comes out and said, you're cursed. I don't know how long this is going to last, but for right now, for the first month or so, it's entertaining. But he's going to have to switch something up. He can't keep doing the same stick for 2-3 years or whatever the case may be. But we'll see. And AAA was great. It's funny because my daughter's named Raina, so when they had Raina the Rainas, I was like, oh, look at my daughter's name up there. But the first match was cool. Like I said, Bayley can't win in a situation, but the fact that she had to go through 3 individuals in order to win, it showed a kicked out of a Bayley the back joint, so that was cool. She did her thing. So shout out to Flamer. The next match, the Reyes. I was definitely going for the current version of El Grande, and he got the victory, so I was happy with that. I had no issues with OG getting tied up in the back, or I guess up in the stance. And the last match, Dom, man, Dom showed me something, man. I was waiting for I know he has his performances in him, pause, but it's so few and far between, especially after with WWE. So hopefully him and Finn can have a banger when it comes to WrestleMania. But he performed very well. I think he took that first trash can shot. I think that was right in his face, bro. I swear he didn't put his. I didn't slow it down, but I don't think he got his hands up fast enough to stop that momentum because it smacked him. I know it's not a real trash can and all this stuff, but he got smacked. And then when Omar's came out, he was preparing for a face shot. and that hit him right in his midsection. I was like, yo, dog was taking some shots. But he still performed very well. And shout out to the interference or whatever the case, but it made it equal, and he pulled out a victory. I did not really expect him to win that. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect him not to show up in Mexico again. You gonna tell a man not to show back to his heritage, but he got the victory. So I was cool with that. I was cool with that. So that was entertaining to me. I think that I guess the thing about AAA is even when the match has its dull points, and I could remember certain points in the Fatal Four in a Reyes match where it got slow. It was really slow, but the fans they was at like a 9-10 the whole night, and I forgot how much like the audience matters. Like when you watch WWE as much as we watch WWE, these crowds is kind of trash. Sometimes you're just waiting for them to say this is awesome or holy-ish or whatever the case. And that's kind of it. No, it's a certain level of energy that they can provide, and it keeps the match, even during the slow points, it keeps it at a high. Go ahead, Ken.
I doubt it costs the same.
You know, you can clip that. With that being said, and the announce team, shout out to Rey Mysterio, shout out to Corey Graves. Corey Graves is great on the mic, pause. And JBL is the bad guy that you used to hear on the regular, and you just don't hear it anymore. You just don't. Oh my God, I don't. This is wrestling that I understand, and I'm in my late 30s, so I'm not a kid watching this situation anymore and stuff like that. I'm not a teenager watching it and stuff. But the announce team used to matter. The fans used to matter. It used to keep the energy high. So even when you had bad spots or low spots or whatever, it just kept you engaged. And WWE is failing at that. So if they're failing at anything, like I said, when it came to the shows having character back when they did the little Stranger Thing, it's just they just forget that. And it's just they just looking for the next pause, the next pop, the next hot spot. That's all they looking for is that. And I was like, yo, that's not a real show. A real show is what you saw on AAA. So shout out to the people that's at AAA doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. And like I said, I was just an American kid, not necessarily not knowing nothing about AAA. And now I'm fully invested in AAA right now. I'm fully invested as a fan. And shout out to my man Grande for having that moment. Shout out to him and Dom. So there we go. Overall, like I said, I think I said too many positives to give it a C-. Goddamn Raw, man. Raw, I told you, man. Raw set the stone, man. They set the tone, and they just did.
Go ahead, bro. Don't be scared. Go on a limb, bro.
I'm gonna go with a.
Go ahead, say your grade.
I'm gonna say a B-, man. I like
B-.
I like the week, man. I like the week.
My God. So we got two C- and a B-. Either way, this is better than the weeks you feel me that we had recently compared to the grades and all, because folks we were down on wrestling. Let me see. I'm gonna start with the week. Raw was probably the low light of the week. I didn't see Evolve before we get there, but Raw was probably the low light of the week. That gauntlet, I felt like, I know it was a long match and it was all this and the women to do this. I felt like that was a cop-out, especially right after having SmackDown the week before, or the 2 nights before, whatever, or 3 nights before, having the tag team match the same way. It was like, damn, hold up. Now you got a gauntlet of field time on Raw, and it was like only 3 matches with that happen, a bunch of segments. Judgment Day was fine. So here's my thing with wrestling. I like to say the way I like to grade wrestling, I guess, my rubric. I treat it like it's a TV show, like as simple as that. I want to be entertained. It's a soap opera to me. Like, I know they just wrestle and do all that type of stuff, but it's really a soap opera. We get characters that change face, heel, and all. Like, if you ask your grandparents or your mom and dad about the Young and the Restless and all that stuff, they got characters like Victor and all that to turn good and bad and all that. My grandma used to watch it, so don't ask me how I know that. But that's the same way with wrestling. I feel the same way with that. It's just entertainment. So the way you set up a show is you have it. It's roles where, folks work there. Even if I'm not a fan of you, you work for this company. You're a raw talent, so you're going to get time and all. That's fine. Put them in as the filler. The filler should come first. I should always feel like my main event is coming up, and there's something at the end that I'm like gravitating towards or excited to see. That's why I stay with the show. It's like, well, I'm going to see a little bit of this. Okay. Well, when are we getting to this part of the show I want to see? When are we getting to this part that I want to see? Raw tried to do that in a way. Like I said, I thought it was lazy with the 3 booking. The Judgment Day part was probably my favorite. The Jey Uso and them part was kind of forced. That's just Roman not being there. I did like Jey Uso though, going back to Crash Out Jay, kind of like y'all said. It's crazy. Making him a baby face is what hurts him. He's not a baby face. That's not what Jey Uso, and I don't think he's comfortable doing that. I think he kind of doesn't like that. But because his phrase is so popular and the kids and all with the merchandise and all that stuff, he has to be a baby face. I don't think that's his cup of tea being out and about and talking to folks out in public. Like he should have short, like little statements and all that stuff. That's what he does, just crashing out. What's up? What you doing, fool? And all that stuff, like he was with Roman Reigns when he thought he was going to finish the story. That was Jey Uso's role. So I thought that was okay to see Jey do that, but it wasn't nothing spectacular. The Judgment Day I felt like was the highlight of the night, but that was far, like you said, overdue. So it didn't really hit like that. I kind of knew that was coming. I thought it was going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. I told y'all when Finn lost that match. So I knew this was coming up. They waited another week afterwards, whatever like that, and it finally happened. NXT was just great wrestling, like just great matches. It wasn't nobody like they don't have a major name right now, but they're excelling at showing everybody. Like I wondered, would Shawn Michaels have a problem now losing his guys of showing folks off and still having these like NXT type moments where it's like a small story. This is going on. Like, okay, how can I get engaged with these folks and all? And Shawn is doing the same thing again. Shout out to Shawn Michaels again. Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, they probably can be a team when they come up and save the tag team division if they're not in the mid card thing with the U.S. title, the Intercontinental Championship on 2 different shows. But this could be a tag team. Yeah, absolutely. And I wouldn't mind them being on the tag team division right now. But getting the tag team championship, this would be awesome. What else happened? Jasper Troy, like you said, Travis, this dude losing it's like Josh Briggs now. When you get to that point, you just, I don't know, man. You might have to get up out of there. Yeah, bro. If they don't believe you, if they don't believe in you in NXT, they ain't gonna believe you anywhere else. So it might be time to get that screen, bro. I'm thinking Jasper Troy though might want to go to TNA. He might be a TNA dude, but like AJ Francis and all that type of stuff. That might be him. But what else happened? The ladies match, Izzy Dame, and I'm sorry, the interaction, Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley or whatever like that. They're gonna have a steel cage match. We can get this feud over, but I'm kind of done with this. I think they all kind of bland, but I know they got a feud going on. They want to get it done. Like you said, Keanu Carver and all that stuff just looking like a menace. Like you said, Braun Breaker. Like this dude is not Keanu Carver at all. Keanu Carver, I want you guys to know, shout out to the Queen in DC and all that, Keanu Carver. This guy is in the WWE right now, in NXT, trying to go to the WWE from Evolve. He called out the Samoan Dynasty, like literally on Twitter. This is a guy that by himself there's a group of dudes either in WWE right now on their way over here, something like a Zilla Fatu and all that. That might be the reason why Zilla not over there right now, because but it is what it is. But Keanu Carver has called them out publicly. And he's there. So that's a different beast than a Braun Breaker. I don't think Braun Breaker is that type of confrontational, the way his personality is, and I see him backstage. So like you say, that's going to be a different beast. I done told you before, I don't want to down Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker had his time to really shine. And once it moves, I told you, bro, once any industry, once it moves, it continues to move. The next person is the goal and all that you're looking at. And then we trying to find new guys and doing that. So when you miss your time, now Braun Breaker got to change his character up. He can't be the same character. He's when he comes back, something has to tweak and change a little bit. We got to believe him in a different way. It's another try at his push or whatever. He can't be that same Braun Breaker. That's not gonna work. You lost to a table. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that, I think NXT was cool. That was fine. I didn't watch Evolve, like I said. TNA, Travis, Ricky Sosa, bro. He just changed the whole dynamic. He put everybody in their place. I actually sat through and watched TNA, like I said earlier, because I knew at some point they were really going to show Ricky Sosa. Ricky Sosa was basically the main event. It was a semi-main event before the last match with Moose and them. I actually watched them because it was only like 20 minutes left. So it was like, damn, I got to this point, this far. I can watch the main event and all that. It put everybody in line. Ricky Sosa's already him. I think he's the face of TNA. Shout out to you, Travis. Shout out to our guy Leon and all. Like I said, I only watched for Leon. I think Sosa jumped him already by this major interaction. And that's not to say that Leon not still that dude and all that. Like he's still going to eventually be around and all. But Sosa has taken over TNA. I think AEW, like you said, BA before, messed up by not getting Ricky Sosa. He's gone to TNA now. This is probably his way of getting to WWE. TNA's probably going to want to hold on to this guy because he's going to be the face of their company for as long as whatever he stays there. I don't know how long he stays there. And then, like, this dude probably going to win a championship. Screw just the X division. If he stays there long enough, he's going to win the championship. You get him over there doing that, WWE is going to eventually try to take this guy, obviously, from his interest and all. He's right there beside you. You know, they're looking at him. They're going to be putting words in his ears and all. It's about how long he want to stay in TNA and all. But Ricky Sosa is that dude, though. 21, decent build and all. He can make moves in the ring. He can grow and get even bigger if he wants to when he gets older. Sky's the limit for this guy. Like it's in the ring straight. His entrance and all. That's it. That's gonna grow. He had the whole place just going off, bro. That was like crazy. It was like TNA. I'm like, he's in the States for his first time. This is incredible.
Right.
But
got the nod from Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
and Trick liked this video too.
Yep, they all mess with him. This is young. They know what's going on, bro. Ain't no hate.
Ain't no hate. Right.
It's a revolution going on right now. Trick trying to lead the charge. You feel me? Like he already said he want everybody to eat. So this is great for Ricky. He getting the backing. Shout out to Jeff Hardy introducing the spinal destination or whatever. Because I guess
I was supposed to bring that up. Yeah, go ahead.
Bomb is probably hurting them and all now. Smart move, man. It looked good. It was a good looking submission hold and all. Good move.
It looked like it hurt. It looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt. That's what I'm saying. It was nice. So shout out to Jeff Hardy doing that and all. That was mainly for me, TNA. It wasn't a bad TNA. I enjoyed it. I can't remember anything because it was Ricky Sosa I was worried about. But I actually don't remember it being like, oh man, this is just trash. I was still up and engaged until Ricky Sosa got there. Friday, SmackDown. It's Trick's show. Trick was the main event tonight. I know this was the main segment. He got the victory over Jacob, like Travis said. That's major. Jacob was one of their guys. Jacob is probably only lost a handful of times as far as being pinned. It's probably, if I say it right now, who's pinned Jacob Fatu? How many guys could y'all name? Because you gave me 5?
No, give you both, maybe 3, 4. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So he's now
Trick,
one of the guys.
Trick,
Logan
was it
Solo? Is that it?
Logan, Trick, Logan, Solo,
Cody, right?
Cody.
No, Cody didn't pin him. That was Sami Zayn got pinned. Sami Zayn got pinned. Sami Zayn got pinned in that match.
Yeah,
and then he didn't have a match before.
Yeah, I think
that's it. 3 dudes. Trick, one of the 3 guys that beat what's his name? Jacob Fatu. So you know he going places. I'm not even like that whole conversation of will he win a title and all that stuff. That ain't even a conversation in my brain no more. Like I ain't even thinking like will he. It's a matter of when he's going to win the title now, of how soon they're going to give him the belt. I think it's still going to deal with Randy Orton. Shout out to Cody. Like I said earlier in the chat off the camera, I think Cody right now playing the Homelander role in a way. I know BA don't want me to say that because it's like he getting his ass whipped. That's not what Homelander did.
No. You say what you need to say.
But the Homelander part is he's I think he's technically changing heel in front of our eyes, and we're not paying attention. And if this is happening, this is an incredible role. Clip this definitely when I say this because I want Cody to hear this. I want to tag him. Cody, if you're doing what I think you're doing, playing the Homelander role right now, where you're saying stuff on the low, you're cheating to win matches, even though you're the good guy. You're saying things on the low in podcasts and on the thing like I'm golden boy. I'm fine with all that. If you really are doing that and you're the heel right now, playing the politician, they say you talk to the guys in the back and all that about Drew McIntyre that wanted to be known. Like, if you really are doing that right now, that is excellent character work, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's going to pay off. That's the point where you're going to be legendary when this all comes to fruition or whatever. Shout out to intern John or whatever like that. He was talking a little bit about that as well. He was saying that, talking about as well that Cody tried this at AEW, but the AEW folks didn't really recognize this. And I was like, damn, that's right. It did happen to AEW. He kept saying out loud he would never be healed, but it was like he's breaking the fourth wall. He's telling y'all not paying attention. He's trying to be healed. But if Cody's doing what he's doing, that's awesome. Drew, obviously, when he said he quit and the whole Trick and Jacob Fatu thing happened, I think I told everybody, I think Trick about to go over on Jacob. I think they're going to give him the pin, actually. And it actually happened. That was incredible. I knew Drew's going to come back. He's going to take the L to Jacob. Jacob might actually be the next person to win the title because Cody might be the one that actually knocked his teeth out. I said that as a situation. Cody might have knocked his teeth out. Cody cheats to beat Randy Orton, even though Randy's the heel. The fans turn on Cody. He's mad. He's like, why are you guys booing me? I beat the guy that's the heel and all that stuff. And they're booing him. And then it comes out that he kicked Jacob Fatu teeth out because he was doing a whole bunch of stuff. No, he think he's doing favors. He think he's doing the right thing. He's like Shane on The Walking Dead, where he's the bad guy. On Homelander, like I said before, the guy where he does his own things. You need police to police to police. So I know there's a bunch of police. I'm sorry. That was awesome. Like you say, R-Truth and Damian Priest. Shout out to Damian Priest for getting another jolt of adrenaline or whatever for being with R-Truth. Shout out to R-Truth doing his job with that, looking good out there, still being damn near 60 years old. Damian Priest needed a different energy. He got one now. He's going to win the tag team championship soon. It's going to happen. If it don't happen, then you might as well send your boy Damian Priest to AEW. But I think they are going to win this eventually. Where are the Street Profits? I do not know. I have no clue where the Street Profits are. They would help out the tag team division right now. Yeah, I'm looking for him, man. APB is their boy. What's his name would say? Stephen A. Smith. But that was SmackDown for me. I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, it got to the interesting parts at the end. It played it like a great TV televised show. We had to fill it at the beginning. Get rid of the YS6. Send them to AAA. Now, I seem like somebody paid attention to the show. Please send the YS6 AAA. They will work in AAA. Get them away from this MFT. I want to like the MFT. They are the big stable of your Friday night SmackDown. Like Judgment Day is the big stable of Monday Night Raw. You keep making these guys, even with the changes, the face paint and all that stuff, making them look like clowns. Get them away from MFTs. You just had Uncle Howdy beat Solo a couple weeks ago without the lantern. What does the lantern represent? It's crazy. It's not like a power. It's not the urn. You feel me? Like the urn back in the day it controlled the Undertaker and all that stuff. Get this story done. You're just trying to make it land or go to WrestleMania. I guess get a major payoff or something, which is not going to hit. So it is what it is. But please get this story done. Last but not least, AAA. AAA reminds me, BA, as an old school wrestling guy. This is like watching an episode of Superstars on Saturday. Superstars back in the day with the new generation and all that. This is Superstars, all them characters, Isaac Yakem, DDS and all back when I was a kid watching this and seeing that. Tatanka and all those. When it was fun to watch the lower brand shows and all of that.
Cool and all them guys. Yep.
That's what I loved. Yep. It makes me think of Superstars. It's like a quick hour. It's not a long time and all. It's an hour and a half, obviously, because it was like that major thing. But it reminds me of that. I think Undertaker is obviously from that time and all that. He's doing an incredible job doing that. So I think it's perfect. I thought the Reyes, I thought either he was going to win as far as El Grande, or it was going to be Santos. Santos ended up taking the pinfall. So it was El Grande. I was fine with that. The ladies match, shout out to Flamer, like you said, being the longest reigning Reina is it Reina de Reina? Is that what the title was called?
Reina de Reina.
Reina de Reina is okay. Reina de Reina is champion and all. That was awesome. Bailey over there getting a pop. That was incredible as well. What else happened? Lastly, Dominic, like you said, there was a moment in Dominic's match. He had Vikingo and a Michinoku driver. Caught him. Referee was over. There was a spot where the referee, the manager guy was supposed to come into the ring and break up the pinfall. 1, 2, Dominic Mysterio hits Vikingo's leg to say kick out because the guy was going to miss his spot and it was going to be an awkward moment where the ref was going to have to count 3. The match is going to be over. It was just going to be a botch. That's professionalism and wrestling at its finest by Dominic Mysterio. Like BA said earlier, when you do stuff like that, that means you're controlling the ring. It's like anything else where you control it. Like I was told when I drive a car, don't let the car control you. You control the car. He's doing the same thing right now. That's what happens when you control wrestling, when you become a pro at this. So shout out to Dominic Mysterio with that. AAA is incredible, bro. And overall for this week, surprising. I'm gonna give it a B+. I'm going far. TNA was incredible, bro. Like for the first time, I was happy with TNA. Like the only show I was really disappointed in was Raw, but it wasn't completely trash. Trash, if that was it. Like it was just low. It was just this is the weak point. But Raw had been trash recently, so I thought everything else was good to me, even including Friday Night SmackDown. I know people trying to go back and forth and all. Go ahead, bro.
One thing I want to know y'all reactions to this, because I think we all kind of overshot it. Tiffany got demoted, guys. Although she had a funny statement when she kept pushing Chelsea. That was hilarious, though. She just killed it. Goodbye, Chelsea. But she got
Chelsea pulling up in the wheelchair. I thought that was
she's going for the U.S. title. Her stuff, her aura is not the same. And if she's your major player, she just came into the game. To send her down to the U.S. title, yes, that's one of those moments like the Braun Breaker and all we talk about when you see, you're like, backstage is paying attention and all. They're not just forcing this because, that Tiffy time is bull. Nobody's interested in her matches. Oh, my bad. Shout out to Jade Cargill as well. Shout out to Jade Cargill and Meechin actually having a good match the other day on Friday. Shout out to Jade Cargill actually letting Meechin put in offense. Shout out to Meechin doing extreme taking extreme bumps and all that stuff on her, which means I was thinking when I saw that Jade must not have injured her, because if she injured her, she'd be worried about working with her and wouldn't be taking those bumps that she did. So shout out to her in her first match back doing that. Shout out to Jade now having matches and all, defending her championship. Shout out to Stephanie back here being the worst champion in WWE now. And for everybody not saying that yet, shout out to her not doing nothing. They both going to defend their championships next at WrestleMania. So I just want to say that Jade did her thing. Shout out to Jade's little promo against Rhea Ripley and all, just saying her statement and then walking out the door. Jade, this whole animosity that started, I thought if this was last week, the week before, this would have been an excellent beginning to their promo thing and all exchange. They don't want to get too personal, don't seem like, but this would have been awesome by her saying that. And shout out to the backstage interaction with Jade and B-Fab. If you're not watching the story that's going on by the Johnny Gargano thing, is
about to have a stable, bro.
Hold up, but Michin as well. Shout out to Michin when Rhea Ripley came back there and tried to be superhero, tried to be a Karen.
She was like, nah, bro, I don't bang with you like that, sure.
Michin and all them told her, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Michin and them told her, like you said, I don't need you, Rhea. What are you doing here? You always over here on our stuff and all. Like, go be where you are. You just come and step on everybody's shoes and all that stuff. I love that when people weren't paying attention. So, yeah, I think something about to happen. I hope.
What's that? Go ahead. You hope what?
I said I hope Jade wins, bro. Like, I really don't want Jade to lose this match, bro.
Was that Kofi segment this week or last week?
That was this week as well. Where Kofi.
Shout out to Kofi. Kofi and Javon.
No, that was last week.
That was last week. Okay, so we already covered it. Okay,
because it was only last matches. No, that was this week. It was this week because last week they had a match.
It was this week.
Last week they had a match. It was this week with. I'm sorry. Yes, that Javon and Kofi. When I was like, why you throw away that match? That Kofi Kingston, yes, was a world champion, a big black world champion, just like Javon Evans. Why would you just throw that away on a Raw? They ran back to it. Shout out to you, BA, saying that you think that Kofi probably went somewhere and said, hold up, bro, this is, y'all made this too minor. You feel what I'm saying? Too minute. This is a big moment right here. So I want Javon to join the New Day. Like, I don't want that far. As crazy as the New Day was trash, I would love Javon I would love for him to kick out, what's the name? Like Grayson. Kick him out and say, you're done, Grayson. The way he kind of
shout out to Grayson.
But it was kind of like, bro, this is a cookout. So hold up. Shout out to Brian Alvarez and what's his name? And Dave Meltzer and all them. That was a cookout moment, guys. If you didn't know what a cookout moment was, that's when he looked at Grayson Waller and said, bro, this is our cookout right now. We're here. This doesn't involve you. See your way out of this. You still cool and all when we dealing with this pay and this work. And we work buddies and associates, but there's something different. You don't need to be here and all that stuff. So I thought that was awesome. That was an incredible part of the show. And shout out to Javon though. And I know somebody asked what Javon Evans was. Javon, shout out to Javon being on main event now in the show. Javon was on main event. He's the only show, the only match. It was like a 13-minute main event this week. Him versus, it wasn't the greatest match. It was still good. Him versus Dragon Lee, I think.
Yeah, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee.
Him versus Dragon Lee. And what was it? It was supposed to be Jordan Grace's matches, I think, but she got hurt. So that's why they didn't put it on there. And that's why it was only one match. But yeah, shout out to that. But like I said, I'm giving it a B+ though, overall week. All that being said, Travis, you know what? Because you're gonna get this wrong. What were our highs and lows brought to the people by?
By the people at Fanatics.
Not this time, it's the merch, baby.
What?
Hey, shout out to our merch first, because we have merch available now. If you didn't already know, shout out to Cuz already. Shout out to BA rocking his right now. I know myself and Queen, we have our shirts. Travis is getting his soon, he said, wink, wink. But shout out if you're interested in that. We have the Nation of Domination type. We have the 2 NWO types, and we have the, TNA type right now. TNA about to be hot.
The TNA type,
yes. And all looking good. The Nation always, bro. You already know about that. So little meaning and all behind it. We trying to take over here. So shout out to our merch. The links and all should always be in the descriptions. If you're interested in helping out the channel, we appreciate it. But let's get to this wrestling tea. We got a little bit for y'all. All right, y'all. We can keep this one short but sweet. Shout out to that might be a pause too. Shout out to NoDQ.com. But the report is that WWE is hoping to have Steve Austin, Stone Cold himself, appear on March 16th episode of Raw, which is tomorrow, 3/16 day. So, guys, what do you think about this real quick? Anything? You guys think Steve Austin going to be there tomorrow?
Where is it going to be at?
I don't know, but
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Queen.
Go ahead.
They just said,
I
I
was
don't know.
going to say there's been enough rumblings. So this one, I think, is going to end up being a situation that's going to come true. They really try and drum up this WrestleMania. You know, this WrestleMania so far has kind of been a dud as far as their promotion for it. So they need to pull out the stops because don't nobody want to come there just to see Stephanie McMahon go in the Hall of Fame and all that stuff and like see some mediocre matches. Nah, they got to get their excitement going.
Yeah, so I'm with you. Plus, Steve Austin is not under contract no way. He's a WWE legend. And BA, to answer your question, they're in San Antonio, Texas, my friend.
There you go. I
Austin,
think that solidified it. The fact that it's in Texas. And you know what? I won't be surprised if they gave him a boatload of money to make this appearance, but not just this appearance, to have some type of setup where as though he comes back on WrestleMania. As the ticket sales are plummeting and things like that, this is definitely a wink, wink, and a nod. I'm not saying he's going to have something like The Rock. I'm not saying he's going to be like, as what The Rock did when he bailed him out. But he's definitely going to do a surface level bailout, saying, okay, well, I'll see you sometime in the future, meaning, hint, I'll see you in Vegas.
Shout out to Austin. He's not in the same condition as The Rock. You feel me? Just his body wise and all. He's been through more. Shout out to Owen Hart. But he's been through more issues and all doing the ring and all. So he wouldn't be, his wrestling match would just be a show, kind of like he did with Kevin Owens and all. He can't have you feel me? He at that point, that kind of like Bret Hart was at that point, not to that extreme, but he can't have a match where I'm like, oh my God, I want to see this match. Let me see the technical prowess and all this. Like, nah. But yes, it's crazy that Steve Austin is now that guy. He's now taking the mantle from Hulk Hogan officially, where he's the old guy that just the ultimate legend that comes over now, and just when we need something done and all, call Stone Cold now, old ass. Shout out to Steve.
Good old Stone Cold.
Yeah, but yeah, I do see Steve Austin being there. I don't see why not. It's not a Jericho situation. I think he will be there tomorrow.
Right, they need him there too. After last week,
Vegas.
They need him there. How great ratings? Yeah.
I mean tomorrow. That would mean tomorrow's Raw precursor, but that means tomorrow's Raw will have Austin, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar.
There it is.
Maybe a pretty good Raw there. So,
right side.
But Travis, I think you might know the answer to this one though. What be it?
I'm about to say, just give me like less than 2 max men, and I'll be okay. Just
That's
two.
all.
I don't need.
I
don't need more than 2. I don't need more than 2. I'm talking about masked men. I don't need too many masked men. Just give me 2 or less.
All these masks.
I didn't even talk about that.
2 or less.
Like you said,
when you talking about just Raw in general,
I didn't even talk about the Raw in general. Right?
I don't need nobody else. That's all.
I'm done with the vision. They just trying to get this past WrestleMania as well. That's how I feel. I want to see how Seth's character has evolved though when we actually get to his character development. Because right now it's just this masked man. He's not even cleared to wrestle yet. So we're probably going to see after WrestleMania where he takes his character. But right now, this vision's a failure. They just need to get it over with. Like they still using his name, as I keep saying, and it took forever for them to get a name. Like just get it, just be done. But they about to win the tag team championship. Please don't call them the Vision no more. Please just do like a what was that team? Nexus. Remember when Nexus turned to Core? Do something better than that. Do it the reverse this time.
Yeah.
Instead of being the worst team this time, the worst name, be the better name this time. You feel me? So that's how I feel what they should do with that. But Travis, let me ask you this one though, because I think you know this one.
What's up?
What were our highs and lows, bro?
By Fanatics.
Yes, sir.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it, you're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right, shout out True Classics. We only got one question in the comment today. I showed it earlier. It's from Cuz. He says, "Where was Javon this week?" Cuz, go check out Main Event. He was on Main Event. He even on a commercial or Main Event. Hopefully, Kofi changes that. But with all that being said, y'all, that's it, man. We had another great episode, y'all. Appreciate y'all always, man. Appreciate y'all, fam. Give y'all applause. Good episode, man. Good episode. Good episode. Do us a favor, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button right beside BA's left shoulder down there. Also hit that like button and notification bell as well, so you're always notified of when we drop this new. We usually drop new recap, I guess, review shows, weekly review shows on Sundays at 3 p.m. CPT time. That's so if you know, you know. But yeah, come on through. Also, the schedule for the weekly. Yep, shout out to Queen as well for this on the screen. Let me loop that actually while I gotta go. That's our schedule for the week. If you're interested in our watch-alongs, weekly watch party schedules, we show the actual videos. You don't need to be a Patreon or whatever. We don't need a Patreon from us or whatever. Like, it's absolutely free right now. Go to Discord. You only have to be a subscriber of this channel. You can go to Discord. The link is in the description and all, and in the video. You can go over there and watch the video if you need access to it during these watch-along or watch parties. Mondays is Raw. Tuesdays is NXT. Wednesdays, right now, we're doing Dynamite, but Queen covers Evolve still, usually on the channel. Thursdays is TNA, and Fridays is SmackDown. We also show all AAA events on Saturdays and PLEs for WWE. Or AAA. Come on over there and check us out over there for that type of stuff. Like I said, absolutely free if you need access to that. We do watch-alongs as well on YouTube, not just in Discord. You can come on YouTube, comment, interact with the polls and all. The show as well. Like right now, we have a whole section. This is just for you guys to comment. If you do want to comment on the show, like, you can come over here, talk to us. We will have your comment on the screen, talk about it and all. If you talk to us after the show, please send a comment if you listen to this afterwards and it's not live anymore, and we'll get to you and respond to you in the comment section as well. We definitely love interacting with you guys. We appreciate you guys, all the numbers and everything else. Like, it's a major love for that. Queen is also trying to do a giveaway when we get to 300 subscribers. That'll be the last thing I talk about. Well, I'll let Queen, you can go ahead. You can talk about it real quick before I leave. I think you muted your mic, dude. I can't hear you. The screen is not muted, but I think your mic, maybe your actual mic. Did it turn off? Is it did? There it is.
We're trying to get
There we go.
subscribers. We're at 370.
There you go.
You can.
There we go. You good?
There you go. There you go.
There we go. Speak on it.
There it is.
There's
You were good. Stop.
Yeah,
So
you hear me?
whatever you
It's
did
crazy.
before, you were good. Don't listen to Travis. Travis like 5 seconds behind always.
I don't know what is going on.
You're good. Go ahead.
You're good. You're good.
Good.
I don't know
Talk.
what is going on.
You're good.
here. You can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're doing a giveaway. We're at 375 as of last night, or 376 subscribers. So we're trying to
275.
give away our We Talk Combat shirts. Oh, 275. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're trying to give away a shirt when we get to 300. We'll find out a way to do that, but it probably will be possibly in Discord that we do it. So make sure that you are a part of our Discord if you are a subscriber, so that you can have a chance to win it. But yeah, we're on our road to 500. That's it.
All right, you heard that. Also, guys, our other channels and sister channels, first and foremost, our guy BA with the 695 crew, Larry and Calvin. Get off the damn fence. They have shows every Wednesday evening. Check them out. They talk about everything, but mainly sports, things in sports culture and all. Also, check out BA. He's always showing off. My guy Rel, Big J, and Will over there on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things in geek culture and movies and television. Tuesday evenings, Saturday mornings. Actually, they have shows over there, so check them out. Help them get their subscriber counts up. Everybody on these shows are trying to get to their 500 goal so they can get monetized. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff together in these networks, y'all. So we're trying to get monetized. Help us, I guess, benefit from doing this fire product or fire. What is it? Fire content. Jeez, I couldn't think of the word content. Sorry, I smoke weed. But this fire content, y'all. Also, lastly,
content.
Captain Crown. Follow myself and Rel over there on Captain Crown Podcast. CBA. On Captain Crown Podcast, we talk about all things new school and old school. NBA. NBA is heating up. We almost at the playoffs and all that type of stuff. So I'm sorry.
Great show on Bam's 83.4 performance, by the way.
Thank you. We trying to get to 5,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, and shout out. We have 500 people watch our AAA watch along, and at some point we had about 20 people in the chat watching and voting along with our polls. So shout out to y'all. Bienvenidos. Welcome. You're welcome here.
To the Hispanic and the Latina community. Thank you guys for being a part of that. We saw you over there speaking to us in Spanish. We had to use Google Translate a little bit. We ain't gonna lie, but we definitely appreciate you guys. That was definitely big time awesome.
Damn, why you snitch on me like that?
I said we, and you snitch on yourself. Charles said definitely hope Stone Cold show up on Raw and stun Logan Paul. Same here, cuz I appreciate you. And with all that being said, this is We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. We are the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is anywhere. Shout out to our folks also on Spotify and all that listen to us on podcast form. We are everywhere you get your podcast. I know I never say that, but I show love to you guys as well. We do have numbers over there. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week. Same combat time, same combat channel. We appreciate y'all, and we out. Peace.